Welcome everyone, we are live! Hi Malvo, glad to see you already. Yeah, hi! I hope you are as excited as I am for the stream, because I have some cool ideas. I was like, what plot idea should I turn into a map first? I went through, I have like a little Google Docs document where I keep some ideas, and I went through them and I thought, none of them really are that great. Because, to be honest, if you Google Plothooks for Dungeons and Dragons, or like any other Plothook for fantasy campaigns, you usually get stuff that involves a creature, and creatures don't really do well on maps. So, yeah, it's always a little bit hard to be like, and in this they are fighting a giant earthworm. Yeah, I could put a worm on a map. But I have a pretty nice idea, including a donkey. But I won't spoil it too much. Yeah, that's why I always like to have like ideas from you all. So if you have an idea, just let me know, and I might turn it into a map or add it to the list, and I might do it later. Because I think making like little short maps is really fun, a lot of fun for me at least. Creating these little clips by using like smaller maps, like little encounter maps in a way. It is easy to make them. In a way that I can use them for a time lapse. Because if I want to have a time lapse of like 20 seconds. Creating like a whole mansion or a wizard's tower or like a huge cave system isn't really that cool. I once did like a huge Arabian style city, and I wanted to time-lapse that down to 1 minute, and yeah, it was like town building on speed with like jumping ahead, and it was crazy. Like if it would have been like a 10 minute time lapse, that would be totally cool, I guess. But yeah, I wanted to upload it to Instagram, and 10-minute clips on Instagram, that is not possible. Just not. I mean, you technically can, I guess, but I don't think that anyone would watch that. At least I don't go to like Instagram to watch a 10-minute clip of anything. So yeah, I could have uploaded it to YouTube, but if I want to upload something to YouTube, it's always like I want to make it pretty. And so creating these little shorts is easy and a good way to do that. I think yeah, doing it on live stream, it gives me like it's easy enough to so that I be able to talk to you. But the cool thing is, there might be some bigger projects coming. I might have been able to get a commission for a really cool project. I don't want to talk about that too much yet. And the other thing is that I might collaborate with some other creators, and part of that will be the creation of a map on stream, and I'm quite excited to do that. And work with some amazing people. Nope, that's not what I wanted to open, and that's... Yeah, I just want to switch some windows, and I open everything. Like, all the things that I want to have closed, I open them. I have no idea why I do that, but apparently that's the thing I do. Let me see... Okay. Okay, I think we should just get into the map creation part. What do you think? Yeah, normally it's like, yeah, I should wait a little, because it usually takes around like 20 minutes to half an hour for like most of the people to arrive. And I should just stay here, talk a little bit, tell you of my day, tell you of what I'm up to right now, and let everybody have the chance to join. Otherwise I'm like, yeah, but I could also start to create on the same time. And yeah, I think I just do that, because if people come in, then they see what is actually in the video title, and that is making maps for the plot. So let's change the screen. And I'm small and up here. And now you're below me. in a like literal sense, like I'm here and your messages are down there, not in a figurative matter of speech. Yeah, you know what I mean. I don't think that I should just shut up and start to create a map. That's why we're here. Yeah, you see, I have the map like... maybe I should play around with having a setup where I zoom in a little bit. Let me try that, to be honest. Let me see. Ah, hey, Total Party Vibe. Glad to see you. Yeah, I'm good, doing good. I just wanted to try to play a little bit around with the stream here. Because for one, I don't really... let me see. Forgot to... Nope, that's not what I wanted to have on. Yes, this. Then I can close this and then I can get rid of that. I can put that here. Like this, and now I want to zoom that in even a little bit more, because I don't really want to, it's not, like this, something like this, I'm not sure, I just leave it as is. I think that's okay. And I maximize the notifications again for no good reason. Why? No. Not better. Okay, so we were about to start to turn a Plothook into a little map time-lapse. The reason I choose this format is because, yeah, this 9:16 format is perfect for everything from like TikTok to Instagram to YouTube Shorts. And I really enjoy creating these. So, yeah. What do I want to create? My idea was the party needs to go to the like cliffs or into the mountains and save a donkey. I have no idea why the donkey is there. That is not my job. My job is to create a map to go hunt that donkey. So let's create some cliffs. And the idea is that there is like a lot of like climbing involved and a lot of like climbing and a lot of like bridges between the drop to the sure death and something like that. And I want to have like a little area where we can fight. So we can't just ignore combat because it is a battle map after all. So we should create something that we can use together with combat. So a cool trick that I really love to use to create the feeling of height is to just slim that one a little bit down to 0.5. And turn snapping off. Snapping off. Ah, there it is. And we don't want this just there. And now we just place a cliff here. And what we do later is we will place, and this is like the bottom layer of the cliff. We will put a little river there, but for now we just create the cliff side. No, I don't like the placement of this one. Yeah, much more like it. So we put that down, and it already has like a little like perspective to it. So we look down on it and we see, okay, yeah, we see there's like a height to it. But if we now increase the width to like 1, is 1 a good width? We will see, we can try, we can always erase that. Oh, no. Let's try 0.65. Now we just layer these over each other. And in doing so, we create the illusion of height. So because we are looking from the top down, and the higher we are, the larger things appear. And if the farther away, so closer to the bottom, the smaller things get. And at the moment I'm not sure if I'm really comfortable with the size. Let's go up to like 0.8 maybe. And try that. Whoop. A little bit distorted here. I don't really like that. No, no, no. Okay, the good thing is that we can always go to edit the points and just drag that that stuff around a little bit. I'm not sure why it wants to do that so much. Oh, like this. Good enough, I guess. Okay, but I think the like proportion is good enough for what I have in mind. Let's keep in mind that these things are not like, we don't want to make a super detailed, super cool, like super intricate. We don't want to make the map super complex in that, for that matter. We just want to make it short, simple, sweet, and show off some techniques that can be used to create these battle maps. So yeah, usually I'm like, I want to try something, and then I spend like hours and like half an hour on something, and then I just delete it and think, no, not worth it. But we don't have the time here, because it would be boring to just like tinker around with like a concept that might work, and then we figure out that, well, yeah, it could work, but it's not really like, yeah, not really working out as intended, and then we delete everything, and yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's part of the progress, but in this, I want to keep these short and sweet, so let's do that. No, we have to choose a different angle. Yeah. Oh, no. Wrong side. Okay, another trick that we can use is I actually have a texture brush. No, not this one, this one. But we should adjust the layer we are working on. We want to work on layer 2. Or 200 for that matter. Then we can just put that here. Well, that just looks like an ugly blob that is totally over everything. And I nearly just zoomed in. I don't want to do that, because then it's easier to turn these into little shots. And now we can just hold the Alt key and erase around the edges, so that we get the cliffs in the places that we want to have them. And work a little bit with that. Yeah, I'm not so sure if I like that. But it's good enough, I guess, for now. Ooh, I have an idea. I have an idea. Let me show you something. Yeah, that's fine. So the idea is that we like have a little climb up the thing. So maybe we can come in from here, have like bridges to here or to here. Let me see if we can get rid of some. Yeah, bridge over here, a bridge over here. Let me see if we can edit these points a little bit to accommodate a little bit better what I want to try here. Something like that. And then we... I have no idea where we put the donkey, to be honest, but we will come to that. So for now we want to start bridging. So let's create some bridges. Oh no, we don't want to make that 0.5 again, and we don't want them to curve. Oh, more like that. That is more to my liking. Yeah. Thanks for reminding me, Mal. The saving is like really important. I don't want everything to crash. Some tight platforms. So this is where we put the wizard NPC with 3 questions and a few prepared fireballs. Yeah. Like, what is the flight speed of an unladen swallow? That was actually something that I used on one of my last maps, because there I had like a mad knight guarding the bridge. No, we don't want that. We want a bridge to just go off? No. No, I don't think so. I would like to have something like a third thing. Yeah, because usually it is like uneven numbers are a good thing in like map creation, because they direct the attention better. They keep the attention. They draw the attention in better, and even stuff just is a little bit less aesthetic to the viewer in general. Something I learned on Instagram from other map makers, not just from like random Instagram. Don't think that Instagram is that... Yeah, the perfect bridge. No, we don't want that. Like that, yeah. We don't need bridges that just curve and go everywhere. We don't need that. Nobody needs a bridge like that. I mean, a bridge that goes like everywhere could be cool. Like something in the Feywild where you just follow the bridge. And this one here is a little bit too out of hand, I guess. Like this. Okay, let's bring in some water. Brush, the smallest brush of them all. And then we draw in some... like that. Yeah, we will... Water is something that I struggle with sometimes if I want to use like work with perspectives, because it's really hard to give water like a proper perspective to make it that it appears far away. That is something that I like. We can the blend distance to 0.5 and just use the same color here. Like that. One trick that we can use is to use these cliffs again. We don't want to edit. And just create an artificial river edge in a way. So we use that to give the river like a... Like, don't use the thick lines, the thick black lines of the... Oh no, that's over the cliff. We don't want to go over the cliff. We want to go under the cliff. Yeah, because we want to create like... We don't want these thick black lines that the water edge usually has, because they don't really look far away. But if you use like these this small like edge, this cliff, no, it's not a cliff, like this steep end to the water, we can like this create support the illusion that we are high above the water, high up in the air. Ooh, and then with the river we could even think about some more bridges. Usually, I just wanted to use like, cliffs and a donkey. That was my idea for this map. But now it's like very much, the focus shifted a little bit to cliffs. Not to cliffs, to bridges. And I think I like that. Bridges are a cool thing, because bridges can be fought on, bridges can be destroyed, bridges can be defended. I really like to have like last stand fights in TTRPGs, where you just have to defend a position, or to like hold a bridge and fight off against like waves of enemies. I really like that. I like to use that as a dungeon master. I like to use that, I like to play with that as a player. So, yeah, I think they are like, it is really, you can do a lot with that, and I really like that. And especially if it's in a like interesting area where you can like hold the bridge and push people off into a like big river of magma or lava, depending if you are up above the ground or below the ground. A collapsed bridge to put a little fear into. Ooh, yeah. A collapsed bridge for foreshadowing, so to show that it is possible for bridges to not hold. I like that. Let's do that. An easy way to do that is to just put in a bridge. Oh no, we should use the layer 2 again. To put in a part of a bridge and then just stop. And on the other side do the same and just stop. And then maybe we can do put some planks on the bottom, but there's a river, so they probably got swept away. Another thing that we could do that I really would like to zoom in for is like have a little bit of bridge hanging down, but from this perspective and on this scale it's complicated. Because, I mean, these maps are not really meant for playing. I will later turn off the grid and just use them for like aesthetic view. I like to use maps like this or pictures like that to not really, we want to play here and have battle, but just to give the players like an overview above the area. Especially if they start high above and they can see everything. It's more like, you see that, and now it's guiding your thoughts or your imagination a little bit. So I can point at stuff, and I should not point to the monitor again, like I thought I was over that. Pointing to stuff and explaining really helps. It's not like I can't just do that and nothing else, but because there still needs to be like, you need to draw with your words, but it definitely is a great support to have a map like that. I really like to use these. I mean, they don't need to be like that at all. I sometimes, if I need something to explain better, I use just like in Roll20, I just use the draw tool and just draw in some shapes. So I can point at stuff with my cursor and tell the players, you see this, and relative positioning and stuff like that. It's really great. When I started, before I had like the idea of creating maps or playing online, we just played offline, and still it was before we used like erasable maps, in the before times. Back then I just used like everything we had, to be honest. So I just had something like, we used like action figures and like mugs and just put things down so I could say, yeah, you see the enemy is here and you are here and there's this building and there's this huge rock. By the way, if you want to know how to implement a huge rock in your maps, check out my latest YouTube video. I talk about that, exactly that, and I give you a visual of how a huge rock looks how good it looks on a map. And I guess after you've seen that, you too want to have a huge rock on your map. Okay, let's see. Let's make the upmost layers grassy. Because I mean, yeah, we could do them snowy because it's high up in the mountain, but maybe it's not in the mountain, but more in a like a huge canyon or something like that. Because I can't really stand the sight of snow at the moment, because we don't we haven't had proper snow here. It's always like a hailstorm, or just like it snows and then it's gone and it's gray outside and cold and ugly. And I could use like a little bit of green, a little happiness. That would be fine. So let's see, make these green on the first floor. Yeah, then we can do like the second floor could be dirt. We could also use something like that. Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure why, but I like that. It reminds me a little bit on a great map I have. That is printed in the Serpent Skull adventure path and Pathfinder that I really liked. I actually need to play that adventure module again. I think it was so much fun. It has so much potential. The base module is like meh. The base storyline is yeah, we get just drawn into this shit. We wanted to go to this place, but then we stranded, and now we have like a treasure hunt, but it doesn't really pay attention to why were we here to begin with. And yeah, but I think there is like huge potential to use that maybe in my setting of Androsil. Maybe I get finally I have find some motivation to actually continue my world building. Okay, yeah, I really like that every like stage is color coded. One advantage of that is that it makes it easier for the viewer of the map to differentiate the different height levels. So it's easier to see. If you look at it, you now clearly know, because it's color coded, on which level you are, like grass layer, the earth layer, the rock layer. Let's see, a color for... Something that I like to use for rivers is like to use the void. The void river. It gives them a like... I like the type of color. I mean, we could make this a night map. And then it's like, yeah, the stars are... The stars are displayed in the river. I like that idea. Maybe we could get in a little moonshine in there too. Night maps are my favorite because you can do so much with lighting and colors, and day maps are always like, yeah, you just leave them like this, and maybe there is a magic crystal and there is a light source or something like that. But now I think we should get in our donkey. There it is. Now we make it small, and now we put it here. Obviously on the other side of the broken bridge. So the players need to... and it's too big still, I think. Or we could just put it up here somewhere. Grazing. I think it doesn't... We can't put the donkey on the last layer because it would be like too... the gray on gray is not a... It's not a good choice. The gray on brown is... Yeah, on this size of the map, it's like hard to distinguish. I mean, I have a monitor and it's hard to distinguish. We could put it on just on like on up here. I mean, it could be cool too if the players start on the bottom, and then it's just like they see the donkey up there and they hear the donkey from up there echoing through the cave. Cave? What cave? Through the gorges. Canyon. Bridge here. Yeah, and then we could say they come in from here, they go over here, they off screen they find a way up here, and from there they can move over here, then off screen, like somewhere there will be a way up. I mean, we could put in something like a a cave entrance or something like that. Don't really like how stretched some of the rubble down here is. But there's not really something we can do about that right now, can't we? Something like that, maybe. And then just put the bridge over here. That is something that I love about Dungeondraft. You can just drag it around, drop around these knot points. I'm not sure what it's called in English, but you can just drag and drop these points and change the layout. If you just draw that in, it's harder to edit these. You have to erase stuff and draw them in new, and I like that it is easy to do that. I mean, there's always like an advantage that traditional artists have when they create these kind of maps. Because there's so much you could do, like create new assets. I can't just create a new asset. I can combine assets into a new asset. But if I think, I would love to have like a bridge with like, I don't know, some boards missing, or I would like to have like a huge stone bridge, or I don't know. It is hard for me to realize that. But on the other hand, it is tricky to do stuff like that, but it is not totally impossible. And I like myself a good challenge. And something we can also put into, I mean, do we want to have like a, want to put that back on 0.5 question mark? Let's see. No. No, 0.3 maybe. And we definitely want that on the first layer, because the like foam should be below the bridge. Don't you agree? I'm not sure if I want to leave that, but I will put it in, and we can, because it's like, there is like current on the water, and we see like a little bit of the water getting mixed on the sides. I'm not sure if to put it in just like everywhere is like a good thing. I'm not sure about that at all. It is not clean. I definitely need to correct some of the edit points, but no, I don't feel that. Just get rid of that. I don't think that this is a good thing. Okay, what can we put into? I mean, are we done? I'm not sure we're done. We barely put any details into it. We definitely want a tree. Trees always makes things a little bit cooler. And definitely, obviously, my mobile phone wants to tell me something right now. But at the moment, my mobile is pretty busy recording this video, so you can watch me make a map. So whoever wanted something from me has to wait. I mean, the most probable thing is that it is just an app like Pinterest that says, "Oh, look at these," and I'm like, "Yeah, no, thanks. I don't want to look at these." Yeah, create a little bit of green. Something like that. Just a friendly reminder to save. Oh, thanks, Malvo. I mean, I think I have the save game down pretty good at the moment, but yeah, I'm not sure if it stays that way, because it usually doesn't. Oh, something that I put in like all my maps in the beginning was like this dude. I'm not sure if this dude is like... I make it big so you see it. We can just put them down here. So we have someone to watch. More on this end here. Oh. I really like to put in these little Easter eggs, like the little water bottle. I usually put a note in these bottles for my players to find, because I really like my players to like search on the map that I create for little details and try to interact with them, little Easter eggs, and these are something like that, because I tried that and it works. If they find these, they are like, does my character see these? And they are pretty excited if they actually find a note in there and can interact with that, and this encourages them to search for further details, and I really like that. I really like that, to encourage my players to put more like attention onto the details, and to don't just look at it, glance over it, and it's like, yeah, they are the enemies, I just hit them. And because it's something like that normally a lot of DMs are like, oh no, they found a way to just like, oh no, they just destroyed the bridge and now my BBG is dropping to their doom, and I planned this whole battle, and I would be like, amazing, they used my map. And yeah, I really like that, because I mean, I'm not free of guilt there too. I mean, I've been there too, to try to railroad them, because I had all that cool encounter planned out, or the story beat, and then they just solve it, or just subvert it, or just go in a totally different direction. It's like, yeah, I've been there. It is hard, but it is so worth it if you just roll with it, because these are the moments the players usually tend to remember. When they... I watched into the new Matthew Colville video today, a little bit. I don't had too much time before the stream. And he had the best like definition of railroading ever. It's like, railroading is when you decide to don't go with a cool idea your player said for no good reason. It's like, oh no, it's not what I had planned out. It was not my idea. It's like, yeah, but you could do that. Like, linear play is not railroading. Only because there's like a plot and a story and something like that. It's not railroading. It becomes railroading if you only accept your ideas and don't roll with the ideas your players have. And from experience, they will never forget the moments where their crazy idea worked and they have a blast, and the moments where you don't let them do that and force your way on them. Especially if they, even after you tell them what they're supposed to do, or like force them enough so they just do what you want, they are like, yeah, but I don't see that this was the like logical option in that moment. And they remember these, and you don't want your players to remember you by these moments. You don't. Because that's how you lose your players on the long run. And I've been there, I've done that. I mean, I started out as a beginner DM too, and you need to make these experiences to learn. I mean, I talked a lot with new DMs and I saw them run games, and there are some mistakes that I think every game master does at some point. Famous, the DMPC. I just create an NPC that is like my player character, so I can play with the party and we can play together. And yeah, it doesn't work, because if you do something cool, it's like, yeah, playing with action figures with yourself, and it's like, obviously you win, or you succeed, or you are cool in that moment, but it is not really the same, especially if you are playing with like action figures and you make the rules and there are your friends playing with their action figures, but you're too busy playing with yourself, and no, it usually doesn't work. I had more success with players, letting players like giving them cool NPC sidekicks that are like able in like in a specific way. So maybe I'm really good at driving, and now we have a person that drives us around, and then I can describe a cool driving scene. But it's more like, let them imagine there is like a huge truck that you're. I mean, normally a cart. You have like a horse cart, and your NSC is driving that shit. And the players fight on top of this cart against, like, there are other carts driving in, and then they have movable platforms, and they fight the bad guys. And they shout like, oh, we need to go faster, or we need to make a turn, or something like that, or get us to this cart. And then the NSC just does it, and you can describe how cool he is doing that, and the players will be like, wow, that is cool. But then we switch the scene back to them having a fight on top of that, and that is so much more awesome. I mean, but in that way there is like, yeah, this NSC is useful to us, and not like, and we are just here to watch them do awesome stuff. And this is the moment where the players really bond with that NSC, and hopefully, because there's nothing worse to have like an NSC and then they are killed in a dramatic way, and the players are like, well, I don't care. Now that stupid NSC is gone and can't steal our show again, and then you introduce their son. That is just the same. Yeah, no, that's not really what I like. Okay, I want to try something, because I don't think that there are a lot of details that we really can add to make this map better. But there are some techniques to increase to make the bridges better. And I want to try them, because I mean, yeah, I could just call it a map and get started with the next one, but I like to make things more complicated than they actually are. Okay, yeah, I'm not sure if I do this down here, because that is already really, like, really small. Like that. Okay, now we want the paving tool, path tool, and now we want the rope. And we want the normal rope. And then we need to upgrade this tool. Let's say 1. Let's try 1. And that was what I feared. Like this. Okay, now we can like put a rope here, because it's a rope bridge. But the cool thing just begins, because now we can put in a... No, not a notch down. Not... I forgot. Yeah, added points, it's not something that can be erased by Control Z. We just bent the rope a little bit, and by bending it, it just looks a little bit more a little bit more perspective to it. Like this, like it's like a hanging bridge, and I really like how easy it is to manufacture this optical effect. Let's just get these thing in here. It is not really good looking at the moment, but we can edit the point and draw that and drag that to the point where we want it. Something like that. The little flourish and details make a huge difference, gives the player more to work with. Yeah, totally. That is what I love in, like, that is something that my maps need to have. Because, yeah, you can just put a map in there. If you want just a, like, easy battle, the easiest thing is just to put a texture. Something, if even, or just lines for the walls or something like that. Or just have a blank white slate. That is something that works too. But putting in the details is like something... I like to tell stories on my maps. Like, not even something that is relevant to the actual plot, but at some points I hit home murder mysteries on my map. Where it's like, yeah, you can find a dead body that has nothing to do with the actual plot. But if you do, you could also find the murder weapon, and you could find hints and stuff like that. And I prepared a whole side quest on the map just by building the map. And I think now we have to zoom in. I normally don't want that because I like to. I can't really use these for the shots because it's just too zoomed in, and it gets shaky and it gets complicated to edit the video then and make it. No, if you speed that up like a lot, it gets complicated if I zoom too much. But at this point, I also need to make them enjoyable on the live stream, and I don't think I make things enjoyable on the live stream if I don't zoom in. And I found some void. We don't need void on there. Neither there. We don't need void here. Like this. Ooh. Let's see. These details also make it more enjoyable to watch the map. Like, I see a lot of like map makers on Instagram that just put like, yeah, there's a canyon, or there's like, oh, there's an open field, there are some trees, here's a tower, that's it. And it's like, yeah, there's not really much detail in there. And I especially don't like it if traditional artists do that, because I don't really like the idea that, yeah, they just created a map that I could replicate. If I wanted to, I could replicate in like 5 minutes. And if they do something like that, the textures have to be like on point, and the textures have to be detailed. And there are artists that do that, and I'm really envious because they just like draw like a corridor, but the stone texture just looks so good with all the cracks and the moss growing on there, and it's just like so beautiful. And I really enjoy watching that. But the trick here again is details and putting a little bit effort into it, a little bit more effort. This extra effort really makes a difference, and I think we're done. Now we can create a night version of the map, because I really like to make it night. Oh, but we can't. I don't really have planned for light sources, so maybe not night, but. Make it a little bit darker, maybe. I will try something. I mean, we can always turn that off again. And I want that. Let's see if this works. The idea is that we have like daylight on top, and then the deeper we go, the darker it gets. A little bit up. Oh, I like Miracle of Sound so much. Always happy to hear them. I mean, I did whole live streams where I just had them playing. But I like them more if they just randomly appear and I'm like, ah, yeah, I really love that. I really love their sound. Something like that. Playing with colors was one of my favorite things to do in Dungeondraft. When I first started out making maps, I made them in Dungeondraft because I like to make I still like to make maps with Dungeondraft. But the problem with Dungeondraft is there's not really a lot of... Most of the maps you do there are like bigger because they're smaller maps just are like... I tried them, they're not that much fun. And now I need to have like a crazy color, like a purple. A pinkish tone, let's see how this... And we want that to be intense. And we don't want that purple, maybe a dark purple. Like a magic river. Like the river to the underworld. Let's see, we don't want you. Yeah, but I think we're done. I mean, we could polish it a little bit more with all the lighting and everything. I could go really into it and make everything like on point. But one of the most important things that I learned is to know when to call quits. And to just say, yep, it is in a state that is okay. Even though there are still like, even though later I find stuff that is like, there's an error there, and I could have done that better, but yeah, then there is an error. It doesn't matter in the end. It's not like I want to sell this map and there's a buyer that is like, oh no, there is this error. Now I don't want to buy that anymore. It's like, no. Nope. I mean, it is a showcase of my skill, but on the platform I used this map, it doesn't really matter, I guess. Okay, we're done with this one. Let's get starting with a new one. Zoom out. So sad that there's only like 100% and 75%. I would like something in between. That would be nice. Let's see. What is the next plot hook that we want to work with? That is the question. What could we do? What could we do? Let me see. We have something like a temple of the local gods has vanished, leaving the population in a frenzy. This causes a religious schism, which may lead to a civil war in the region. The gods are silent on the reason, but they too have been tricked. I like that plot hook, but it is hard to make to capture the frenzy of a nearing civil war. I mean, we could create a map where like a building is missing. I mean, yes, we could do that, but is it fun? I'm not sure. Yeah, I will just delete that prompt. I don't like it. I like the prompt on itself, like as a story prompt, but the party finds a distressed mule tied to a tree. It belongs... Yeah, that's where I got the mule idea from. It belongs to a lone farmer who was lured into the swamp by will-o-wisps and is stuck in the bog somewhere near. The mule carries a bag of grain and some supplies. Yeah, I mean, we could do that like a little road. Let me draw for you. I can draw for you what I mean. We use the terrain brush. I like to use snow because it's like, so we have like a path coming in from here and then going like this. Like this, and then we have some, no, not some moss, some... Oh no, I have a better idea. We take swamp too. So we take swamp on this side. And then we take swamp on this side. Make it swampy. It's a road through the swamp. And then we put in like swamp surroundings. Okay. Is it strange that let's take a horse. Let's take a horse. Take a horse that is just standing here. We could also use just a cart. I mean, there's no reason to obey the law of the... Just standing in the middle of the road. Turning off the snap to the grid. So we have a horse just standing here. We put stuff into the cart, and then we have the driver of the cart. Let's see. Let's take this dude. No, it looks too alive. Yeah, that is better. Turning off the shadow. And just put them here. Just like pools of water. Nope, not there. Not like this. Something like that, a little bit higher up. I just wanted to sketch the area out and then get started, but now it turns, the sketch turns into the sketching turns into the real map. I'm no mad at that. If it gets the creative process starting, it gets the creative process starting. It's as easy as that. Let's see. We need something that looks like bog. Something that looks swampy. There are some details that can be used. Some like some little spice, some tiny spice fragments that you can sprinkle over your map. But you first have to get the consistency of the map, like the main part going. And I know that I have some stuff that looks like... I mean, we could use some water lilies onto the bog water. Yeah, the small motions are the best. I really... That is so sad that I can't just export them as like a GIF version. Where it's just like, I can post this moving water onto Instagram. I mean, if I post the clip there is movement on the water. I mean, sped up a lot, but it is there. Okay, I mean, first we can... oh, yeah. Do stuff like this. Ooh, I like that. I like that a lot, to be honest. Just something like that. Oh, I forgot to... then let me create a save file for that. Number 2. I like to just put numbers on them. I can give them proper names later when I start to actually export stuff. Yeah, some vines, but not what I wanted. Yeah. There it is. Is that everything? Is there not more? I mean, I hate it when the images are too isometric. I prefer these water lilies by the way, if you want to know which some of these assets packs are not from the original, like Dungeondraft main file you get when you export that. But if you want to know where I got all these assets, and if you want to get them yourself, there is a link down in the doobly-doo. I hope it's there. Where you can find all the a list with all the asset packs and the artists, the amazing artists that created them. I really love that. I actually have I did some searching, and there are actually some asset lists that are like I made a list with them that I want to get. Ah, it's there. Thanks, Marvel, for looking. Yeah, I really, I found some more assets that I want to integrate into my own asset folder, so I get some more toys to play with. Because yeah, I really like to increase the amount of assets that I have, but it's kind of hard because I want to use stuff that I could use commercially, because I don't want to be like, if I work commercially, I can use these assets and then I just do maps for fun at Instagram with like regular assets, and then there's someone like, I want that. And I'm like, I can't use that because, I don't have the license for that. And some of these licenses are like, there are some that you can't even get a license for. Then there are licenses that you just have to pay a fee, like one-time payment. I would be down for that if I really like the asset. And then there are those that are like, subscribe to my Patreon, like $5 each month. And you get 1 month, like you have to pay every month for the license. And it's like, there is not only one creator that does that. So if I have like a couple of them, it's like, and some of them are like, 20 bucks a month. I don't get so much money in with commissions that it would be like worth it. So thanks, but no thanks. I mean, the assets are really beautiful. Like, don't get me wrong. I would love to get these assets because they are gorgeous. But yeah, it's not worth it for just for the fun of it. I won't buy them. And just place some shelf. Oh no, 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 no. We want the shelf under. Something like that. Yeah, I mean, I could use like different assets, but just stacking them. I mean, I can throw in some random assets too, but I don't really think that. I think through stacking them and like slightly shifting them, you get the look that you want. Let's get this over with and place some moss on top of the tree trunks. To better blend the art style in with the rest. And we can place some actually lilies on the water lilies. Something like that. The water lily flower. Yeah, no. That horse. I mean, oh yeah, I want to have like something for the players to find again. Ooh, I think it's a dead dinosaur. Something like that. Ooh, yes, I love that idea. Oh, it's just coloring the eye. I will make that color pop with... Oh, I can make this color pop like this. Now we just place the statue of a frog in the water. Something like that. Some fireflies or something as a light source. Ooh, I love that. The idea is great. The idea is really, really great. Oh, just let me get that back to white so it's not... If I look... I mean, you don't really see it because it's behind the chat, but you see that intensive pink. I don't want to have that directly shining into my eyes all the time. Just go with gray. And because I know for a fact that I have some fireflies and butterflies, and I love me some butterflies because putting color light on butterflies is I like that. Okay, some fireflies, make them a little bit larger, put them on another layer so they are definitely above the thing. And then just sprinkle them in. The sad thing is I can't really color the fireflies, but I mean we can with a light. I think there needs to be water there or something in the top left corner. Having nothing there is just like, I don't like it. I just don't like it. Yeah, more something like that. Yeah, that's okay, like that. Okay, getting back to the fireflies. Hiding a crab. I like to think of crit crab if I hide a crab. Like that. And some frogs. Definitely some frogs. I mean, we have a statue of a giant frog, then we definitely can hide some frogs in here. Now we can put the fish below the water. place in some fish too. And then maybe a snake. Snake. I mean, most of the details will be lost for most people that watch the clip, but a lot of that I put that in for myself. Like, I know that it's there, and now you know that it's there. So I'm not only doing that for me, but for us. For everyone watching the stream. I'm not sure if the map making streams are worth it that much. Because I have the feeling that a lot of people stick around or show up. But I really like to make these streams, that's the problem. I have a lot of fun making maps on stream and talking about Dungeons and Dragons and fantasy and running the game and all the good stuff. But I have to see Boulder. Throwing in random tags. But I have to see if there's no one that actually enjoys watching them, then why make them, you know? Yeah, but I have to see. I have to see about that. No, I don't like this rocks. Just put in some more of these. Oh, like that? Yeah, I think that's fine. Now we have to actually make the horse and the cart pretty by turning off the shadows. Something that I should have done in the first place. Then let's use a plank. Did this with a rope, but I think a plank is good enough for this purpose, to show that the horse is actually like pulling the cart and not just standing in between them, the thing. And we have to actually, I think we can't just let the road be snow. Yeah, that is kind of sad, I think. I mean, I see a lot of like big YouTubers like Aiden making like streams, and I'm like, yeah, and then they are doodling and stuff like that, and 40 people are watching, and they have like over thousands of people, and I think that is like, I mean, I think that is a lot, but yeah, comparatively there are a lot less. I think the reason is because not a lot is happening on stream, which is sad because a lot of people watch streams to have them running in the background, and I think these streams are really good for that, because yeah, there's a lot of time for talking about stuff and interacting and yeah, all the good stuff like that. So I'm not sure why not more people stick around, but on the other hand, yeah, I don't really watch that too many streams. Say Bashwatch's art streams get like 50 people on average too. Yeah, I'm not sure why. I mean, yeah, I get games are a little bit fast paced. I don't know. I mean, in Among Us I get it. You can play, and they are like the intrigue and the lies and everything like that. I get why people would watch that. I mean, Among Us streams are actually something that I enjoy myself watching. But it is hard for me because I'm not a huge live stream watcher, so taking myself as a reference point is hard. Because yeah, I don't really enjoy the product that I try to produce that much myself. So ooh, haven't done much and it already looks good. I think I just leave it like that. To the light face! Happy little accidents, I like that. Yeah, so normally I just try different things. Now let's see, what color do I want to give the fireflies? Oh, let's first make the not ugly, but the intense eyes of the frog, reminding me a little bit of the frogs in Dark Souls. Radioactive frogs, who doesn't like them? Oh, now the game's on, I have to search for my own frogs. Give all the animals a glow, and the lilies too. Okay, what color for the... I think maybe yellow? Yellow? Make it a little bit less intense, but a little bit bigger. Like little fireflies. A show that I'm not sure if I actually should start it, because I hear a lot of good stuff about the show. And like, yeah, it's so good and so cool, it's space western, and I see myself really enjoying that. The problem is, I know that the show has not really a proper ending, and I'm not sure if I want to do that to myself. To have like a show that I really enjoy and then is like, nope, don't get more of that. Oh, that took one. And then put a light source here. That is something that I actually enjoy doing, like putting in light sources. Not plank, lantern. I mean, it's close. Lanterns, planks, nearly the same. Yeah, I put in the light and like put in light sources, then put in the light on these light sources, like on these assets that I want to emit light, and then see, there, I need more light there. And then I just put the light there, and then I put the asset there, like a back and forth. Works pretty neat, pretty good. It works for me, at least. Put that here. Holy crab stone or something like that. We definitely want to place that under, like that. Little detail to hide on, could hide on some cards, I don't know. No. Barrel, do a barrel roll. Problem is that with gaming, it's like, yeah, my YouTube channel is more about like Dungeons and Dragons and yeah, about make maps and create worlds and world building and fantasy races and all that stuff, and then just having like gaming on live streams is like, especially Among Us, is not really like something that is fitting the aesthetic of the rest of the stream, but it is a fun game to play with the community. That is the problem. Oh, is it a problem? Is the question here. I don't think so. I don't really think that it is a problem. But it is problematic if I draw in people that are here for the live streams and are like, yeah, I like Among Us and I like these people play Among Us, and then they are like, yeah, well. Then they look at the rest of the channel and it's like, okay, not what I expected. But yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe there are a lot of people that stick around for that stuff, or they just stick around for the live stream. That is fine too, I guess. Yeah, it's a lot of trial and error. I just do stuff and hope that it sticks. If I do enough different stuff, maybe that sticks. I'm not sure. We will see. I mean, I'm almost at the 1 year mark of my channel. At the end of May was the starting point for the whole project. At least the whole project going live. And yeah, I'm not sure how to feel about that. 265 if I'm not mistaken. 65 subscribers. That is amazing. So I think we are done. I'm not sure what to do, so I just say we are done. I mean, we could put in some card tracks, but I'm not sure. Yeah, I think 2 is looking good. 1 hour and a half. Wow, we are quick today. No, we don't want to export that. Question is, do I really want to make another map now? Let me go for a quick bathroom break and I will be back in a second and then we can see. And I'm back again. Okay. Yeah, we're done with this map. And I think we will create another map. One map, and then I will see. I'm not sure. I haven't really thought about that. Usually when I make maps, or my first map streams were like 4 to 5 hours working on big project maps, and even the smaller ones took me a lot longer, but yeah, there are maps that are like really time consuming, and then there are maps that are easily done quick, and I think I kind of know now which ones are like the ones that I can finish quickly, or that finish themselves. Like, it is pretty obvious. There are maps where it's pretty obvious to me what needs to be done or what needs to be added to make it good. Okay, let's see. Okay, my idea is something like off with that. Yeah, something like that. Like this. Yeah, something like that. I've actually no real idea what I'm doing right now. It is more like I have a picture in my head that could work. I want to try that. Something like this. I'm snapping off. And then put these empty ones here. Then I use the fire. I love to put fire in bowls. Let's change that up a little bit. Something like that. Some nice light sources. What is this? Statues. Ooh. I have an idea for a statue that I want to put there. Where is my favorite big boy? We could just put a skull there. Oh no, not this big boy. There it is. Then we need a skull that we put in on top, because I don't really like their face, the original face, too much. Something like that. I'm still just improvising, so gems. Let's see. Put some gems here. Then we put this head on a different layer, so it's above stuff. Let's see, what can we do with the path tool? I could do stairs. Oh yeah, I like that. I have no idea. Still, I'm just improvising here. I have no idea what I'm doing. Same here. No. Don't like that. This has some boss arena vibes. What are your thoughts on final confrontation boss maps? I love them. I love them so much. Let me take a quick look if I can find it quickly. No, we don't want to take a look at that. I'm not even sure if I have it on this computer. No, I think it's on the. Oh, damn! I can't show you. Is it still on my Roll20? Let's take a look. I want to take this detour now, because I did like a huge map. I took a map that was like not made by myself, because that was like before I really got into the whole map making stuff. And I just took a random map and then added stuff onto it. And I really like for the last boss, because it was like the final of my like 3.5 years campaign, and I like it was like a medley of bosses, of different bosses that we the players had to fight. Let me take a quick look if I can find it. Yeah. Okay. I pull it over. Don't allow. Sadly, I'm not sure of all the maps who made them. And at the moment, there it is. No. I'm not sure who made all of these maps. Some of these maps were made by Seppuku. Great map maker on Instagram and Twitter. Yeah, this was like the entrance to the boss fight, and the creature here on the right, Darrow, was the like gatekeeper. They had to fight to get into the thing, and then they got into the actual boss dungeon. And it was huge! It was huge! This was the whole dungeon area. And it has to load. It is not that pixely. It is not that good looking. Because the resolution was like... It was still the best that I could find. And yeah, there was like this big cube floating here where the actual... this is the prison of an evil god. And they had to try to hinder the resurrection. And we had like one boss fight here, one big boss fight. We had a boss fight over here in this area. We had a boss fight down here against a creature that tries to swallow you, and then you land in this maze and have to try to escape, with a black hole in the middle. And a boss fight down here, and yeah, then they had to... these were like little boss fights. Because I don't really like to have just like random encounters, so I just like threw a lot of the random encounters out and just threw in boss fights. And then they had to actually go into this portal and go onto the last map and fight... Oh, go into the gate of the last map, this one here, and fight the boss in its the boss they thought was the boss, like their human form, this thing here. What was the short key? I'm not sure. Anyway, this, well, what the hell is happening? So this thing, like it is not really human, it was more like a halfling, that was possessed by this evil god, and they had to fight them. Then they got dragged into the abyss by the evil god, and then they had to fight this glorious thing. And this is still like the last version of the map. Where is the rest? So there are different versions of this this nice beholder here. Yeah, here's the name, Seppuku. Check them out, they are amazing, a huge inspiration for myself. This is the kind of stuff that I as an asset map maker can't create. These amazing maps where you just like... And I use this like as the god was the map. So the god they had to fight, because I don't like that, yeah, there's this huge god and you just fight them and they have one health bar, but yeah, they had these little tentacles with the eyes on them. I think I can just, if I change the map layer, I can, map and background layer, what am I doing, to back? Yeah, there it is. What am I doing scaling on? There are things that I don't like on. Okay, yeah, this is like the dead version. The sleeping version. I used that one here for the sleeping version, and this one for the awakened version of the god. And they had to fight their weak points, and it was like a huge battle, and I love that. Yeah, boss maps should be like... They should be something special, something different. I really love that, because with a boss map you can, yeah, like set the tone for the whole fight. And what I like to do is I put stuff onto the map that allows me to just randomly fudge stuff. So yeah, there are these blood pools here, and if they were just like, they fight the boss, and oh no, the boss is too weak, and no, there are enemies. But if I describe these bubbling blood pools and the magic circle, that there are sometimes these like slivers of energy that gets drawn into these blood pools, it's just a random aesthetic, and I don't need to do something with that. But if I need to like increase the strength of the boss, I now can say that there are these like tentacles of blood coming out of these blood pools, and it's not just like random shit I throw in there to make it more to make it difficult, but it's like, yeah, obviously these blood tentacles come from these boiling pots of blood. If you set your map right, you can just change stuff and throw stuff in and make things more interesting, and it's just like, yeah, the foreshadowing was on the map all along. Yeah, boss isn't doing so well. Bring in blood golems. Exactly. So let's see. We need to. I think we want to elevate that stuff. So we need to create something that indicates elevation. Let's try the brush tool for that. This thing here. Something like that. Imagine that this thing is like sitting in this like cutout area. Yeah, something like that. And then we need lava. And yeah, the problem with that is that I can't really say I want to move that down. So yeah, there's a trick I can use to get that in the background again. So we do that, and now it's just like terribly over everything. I don't really like that, but now we can just reuse this tool, say bring it to front, click on here, and now it is back onto the front. Something like that. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Yeah, if you that is one of the beauties of maps. You can place foreshadowing. That is something that is so underutilized. I should make a video about that, because that is so underutilized. You can like you can really help to increase the tone or the atmosphere, or like just set it, and then you can go low on like explanation. I don't need to describe the statue there in all the detail. I just can say, yeah, you move up to this giant statue and you smell the burnt sulfur, and you see the shimmering of gems, and I can add onto the basis that the map lays already. And then I can place so much foreshadowing. Like, there is so much I can do. I could just let this huge statue just stand up or stuff like that. I could say, now, yeah. On here, like I said, I could use the blood. I could say, the boss is extending their arms, and now the fire is spiking up, and now they have an additional fire attack. Why? Because they stand in a fucking magic circle, and it seems like the ritual is taking it to the next stage. Or something like that, or they kill the boss and the blood suddenly starts to dissolve into blood and is like dripping into the ritual circle, and the circle is extending and like glowing even more, and it seems like a portal is opening. And stuff like that. I can just throw in a new face or something like that, and it's not like, yeah, this is coming from nowhere. It's like, yeah, there was this magical ritual and there is this whole thing. And okay, I think there doesn't even need to be added too much more. We can just go straight to the lightning. Yeah, lighting, not the lightning. Let's do it like this. Yeah, something like this, and then we have the fire. And we have the blood, and we need some nice red for the blood. Oh, I have no idea. Yeah, place down some light, and we want to increase that light. That light. Not 2 or 3, maybe a 2. Yeah, I think that is enough. And we definitely want to have like a proper red. Something like that. Yeah, let's replace these yeah, that is a proper red that I want to use, not this whitish red. That was ugly. Now we can give a little extra detail to the... We definitely want to tone down the intensity of that a little bit. 0.8 should be fine. Yeah, should be fine. And then we can throw in some... no, not that. Just use that. Yeah, I think that's fine. And then we can increase the intensity a little bit for this. Then we use blue. But like blue and not like a... And we want a... Let's use a green and not a... And then we use a red. Not that red, we want an actual red and not that washed out thing they call red. Use some more blue. Just make these gems sparkle a little bit. And we can try something. It's a damn shame that I can't rotate these. Oh no, that looks like it's blushing. We don't want our statue of the death god to blush. No. Definitely no. Hard pass on that one. Oh, something is missing on this map, and it's more evil statues. Let's see what we got. Could use that thing. I had in mind something like on here, but I'm not so sure anymore. We could place something big there. No, I don't think... No, more evil statues are not the answer. Could put in fire. But then we'll maybe want something that is a little bit more... Why not? Why the hell not? But let's... No, we need a different color, but that is too... Yeah, let's just use that. Okay. One thing I don't like is that it's a little bit too symmetrical, the map. Is there something we can do to make it a little bit more... I know something. I mean, it's not... what I will do now is not really helping make it less less symmetrical, but it might help to, let's say 0.5. Let's add a little detail for our ritual circle. Something like this. Yeah, that looks nice. No, that is roof. I mean, we could throw in some blood, but I'm not sure. No, that looks just too much. No, we wanted that circle, yes. And I think now we are done. Now we can say that this is finished. And 3 maps in under 2 hours. Nice. By the way, this was an OK sign and not a symbol for white power, so please don't nail me down on that one. Internet, please. Okay, I think I am out of ideas for today a little bit. So if you haven't got like any cool ideas that you definitely want to turn into a map now, then I think we will switch back to the cam mode. Ta-da! Yeah, we created 3 maps. So keep an eye out on Instagram or TikTok, links in the description down below. I mean, at least for my Instagram, and yeah, not my TikTok. My TikTok, you can find a link to that on my website. And yeah, there I will turn these maps into little short clips where you can see a time lapse of the creation plus a cool plot hook narrated by myself. Yeah, if you liked that video so far, leave a like. Would make my day to see some likes on this video. I mean, it's not really something that actually does a lot, I think, but make me smile. Yeah, went well. I mean, I had less productive streams where I just created like 1 or 2 maps and I was like, yeah, I'm not so sure about them. But these maps, I really like them. I really think they turned out really good. I'm quite happy with the outcome of the stream, so yay! Okay, I think this was everything from my side. So if you liked what you saw, consider subscribing. If you watch this later on YouTube and you are still at this point, let me know in the comments. It would be cool to know if anyone actually watches this far into the video, into the live stream replays. And thanks, Total Party Vibe. Glad you liked the stuff we made. Yeah, I think I wish you all a good night or a good evening or a good day, depending on where you are. I had a blast. And yeah, your cartographer for this live stream was Koroc DM, and I hope to see you next time.